motion that.
I reckon my places, got in mind and moving up the road.
Really?
Yeah.
We need,
But I'll still be, I live in my district, I'm over there farm. I'm trying to live on the farm before I buy it. I think I already bought it.
Come on now.
Make that final way.
Before I made that final. No, it's always planned. We'll let him pay taxes. It's okay now, we're ready to pay taxes.
He'll be right there. Next meeting, we're gonna do tax.
That's what I told Brad. I don't have to worry about that. We're ready. No. I didn't have my mama-in-law. Alright. So did not have my mama-in-law.
Elaine, I hope she learned your phone number. She blessed your mind.
She just talked to me. At least she could stuff for me. Maybe that's what I should tell you. I said, as much as you get on college, you're invited over for something on that.
She sneezed on me, but I'm waiting on cake as much as she chews me out. I'm hoping she'll bring me cake one day.
Okay.
Elaine, they gave?
I can't remember exactly.
Don't let it call anybody.
All I know is my mama's 90. They both retired now. Together, first spot. But she lives in Franklin County now. Yeah. Just across, not far from us.
yeah, my Facebook.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna call DOT today and see what the 29 bridge, I know it's closed.
Yeah.
Originally,
I did meet it too.
yeah, I felt like it was getting close.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like, at least by the end of the month, right? See what they told me too.
Well, we still think water line has
Ain't heard a word about it yet. Ain't nobody said that.
I think you got to put it faster too.
Yeah.
but, I mean, that's not part of the bridge opening, but maybe something we must call.
Well,
Didn't we have to,
we don't want
didn't
to.
they do it, we had to pay for them to move it?
Is that this one? There's another one that we had to do, the DOT, we had to pay.
I thought there was a couple $100,000 involved in this to get it brought from, because they had to relocate a meter or backflow from the
That's right.
Franklin County side, and then the pipe be suspended, I'm pretty sure none of that.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the Madison County Board of Commissioners regular business meeting, July 28, 2025 at 6 p.m. Please stand for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Gentlemen, before you have a copy of the minutes from the June 30th, 2025 regular business meeting, minutes from the July 7th, 2025 agenda setting work session. If you see no discrepancies in those, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve. Second motion.
A motion by Commissioner Gofter, second by Commissioner Chandler. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none. Commissioner Allen.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Business involving guest groups, multiple visitors. I want to start off with introduce a couple people first. Right away, I'm going to start off with Mr. Alan Powell, who has come here tonight representing the state, us, the great county of Hart County. And a special dedication, it's a proclamation for one of the finest men that's ever worked in this county, ever been part of this county, provided so much for so many. And tonight in this proclamation, I'm going to ask Commissioner Terry Chandler to read this proclamation to the family.
A proclamation honoring the life and legacy of Mr. R. George Strickland Jr. and dedicating the Robert George Strickland Jr. Memorial Bridge. Whereas the arc of a community's history is occasionally graced by the presence of truly exceptional individuals whose lives of service and integrity leave a lasting impact. And whereas Mr. Strickland graduated from Madison County High School in 1963 and earned a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture from the University of Georgia in 1968, while also serving honorably in the U.S. Army Reserves. And whereas Mr. Strickland served his community with distinction on the Danielsville City Council, Madison County Board of Education, Tax Equalization Board, and held leadership roles in the Chamber of Commerce, JC's, and Cattlemen's Association. And whereas he was a man of deep faith, serving as a deacon at Moons Grove Baptist Church and participating in Gideon's International and the John H. Jones Masonic Lodge, and whereas the Georgia General Assembly has officially designated the bridge on U.S. Highway 29 over the South Fork River in Madison County as the R. George Strickland Jr. Memorial Bridge in recognition of his extraordinary contributions to Madison County. Now therefore be it proclaimed that this bridge shall forever stand as a tribute to the life, legacy, and enduring spirit of Mr. Robert George Strickland Jr., a servant leader and pillar of Madison County.
Good job, John.
Motion to accept.
Gentlemen, I'll entertain a motion on this proclamation.
Move this proclamation be adopted as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second by Commissioner Chandler, second by Commissioner Doster. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none. Commissioner Chandler?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
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 Now, therefore, be it resolved, or you want to do it?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I can't say it, I'm sorry.
Now therefore be it proclaimed that this, so proclaimed by the Madison County Board of Commissioners on this 28th day of July, 2025.
Please come forward. We have a couple things to hand out to you.
If y'all want to stand up here, we'll have the commissioner stand behind y'all and we'll take a picture for the paper. We'll have the kids hold the cool stuff.
Oh, that's
That's not a terrible.
Back up and get up. Y'all have to get a little closer in there.
Well, we're gonna let the family do one right fast, and then we'll come over, sir.
Tell all smile like having fun. You look like you're eating briars.
All right. Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll slip right in behind you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir, buddy. Frank, you back here with these tall ones.
There you go. Y'all good to go? And you look so pretty.
Can everybody look right here at the paper? Oh,
Thank you.
It's okay.
Good job.
Good to see you, sir. I live up to what I
Sit down.
I don't know if I'm invited. I don't know. Y'all are the ones that select to do this. Thank you for what you do, sir. Thank y'all.
My sister just walked in. Yeah.
Hey, you want us to start over right back?
Can we get a picture with her?
Absolutely.
It would mean a lot to her. I'm sorry.
You don't wanna take the side?
That's right.
I think she was held up in security anyway, so it wasn't really her fault.
She probably won't beat on the door back there.
I tell you what, I'd like to have one with Alan and Frank up there with them too. if you don't mind.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Look at them young men.
That's gonna be making me need brown teeth.
Right, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you.
No worries, no worries.
Thank you.
Hey, how's it? Hey, Frank. Okay, always good to meet Frank. Hey, just, okay.
He's trying to, Alan over here soliciting.
That's right, keep it on, I'm still right on me.
Brother, see you.
Especially you.
Thank you for coming. I try my best.
I couldn't do it without her, son, I guarantee it.
Time is up. You doing okay? Hey, we're not making all those. Oh, I didn't think that.
You're late for a presentation, you might be in the legislature.
What's going on, sir?
I just had to clean some mud up already.
Come on, here we go. Y'all doing okay?
I'm doing okay. While they're leaving, and we're still on, I do want to make mention of Representative Leverett that carried this for us, wasn't able to be with us tonight. And, you know, special thanks to all of our state members for what they do for us. This was a very easy decision when approached by them to ask the state to let this happen in honor of Mr. George Strickland. So, Rob Leverett, thank you, sir. Now, moving on, UGA Extension Quarterly Update, Ms. Emily Williams.
Not sure how you go after that, but I will try. Hello, I'm Emily Williams. I am the fax extension agent for Madison and Overland County. I'm here on behalf of Travis, our CEC, to share some highlights from our second quarter, and we shared this with you all. I'm just going to give a few brief highlights from each area: ag, 4-H, and fax. So for the ag side of things, Travis hosted a home vegetable gardening class. He also helped with a forage farm tour and taught an introductory swine production class with collaboration with Hart County, and also was very involved within the community with the third grade environmental summit and the ag days within the county. For 4-H, towards the end of the school year, as we're just getting back into it, which is wild, but they had lots of club meetings towards the end, summer programming and competitions with the BB, archery, livestock, wildlife, hippology teams, and they also attended many summer camps in June, within July as well. And then for the back side of things, I continued a class at the high school called Independently Healthy, where I work with the special education students and teach them life skills so they can independently cook for themselves, and hopefully I'll be able to continue that this year. I continued a heart disease prevention lunch and learn series here at the government complex, which you're all welcome to come to. I have another one coming up in October, I believe. I continue my foundations training within my first year of my role here as a fax agent, and I also received my food preservation training, which allows me to offer food preservation classes in the future, and I do have one coming up in August. I also help with a cooking camp on campus, and moving forward, for my side of things, I have some big programs coming up, including a Walking for Wellness program, and then I'm also going to be offering a program called VITA. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but it's a volunteer income tax assistance program that will come up in, tax season. And that will offer free income tax services for those with simple tax returns. And that will be offered at our extension office. So that's going to be in the works. I have to train for it. But it will be offered. So, and then also radon education, since that's a big problem in the county. So those are coming up this year. So any questions or?
Gentlemen?
I think that the senior center will probably be a great place to reach out to and for tax returns.
Yes, yes. But I've been working with them this month with the program, and we're going to be doing a lot together. So, yeah.
If you have any special programs going on at certain times, please get with Lacey Baker here in our office or Tracy Dake at HR. We'll get it on the Facebook website, get on the county website and Facebook site. We don't mind a bit sharing any information you'd like for us to push out there. Anyway, continue doing such a great job. We thank you so much. How is the building?
How's the building?
How's the building?
It is there, and it is working just fine. The air is working great. The air is working, thank goodness. So, yeah, so we are doing just fine. So, and we got the basement cleaned up, and it's looking busy, more so than before. So.
Please stay in contact if we can help you.
Awesome, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll move into the chairman's report. I'm going to make this brief, but there's a few notables. Longtime resident Mr. Calvin Smith passed away at age 89 last week, and somehow I wrote down the wrong date. I apologize. Mr. Calvin Smith was part of the Comer Volunteer Fire Department, in which he joined in 1965, ultimately serving 56 years in his community. And I was out of town, but I know Comer and the Comer Fire Department did a special recognition for Mr. Calvin Smith, and I just wanted to be noted of serving 56 years at the fire department is something you don't hear of anymore in this day and time, and Mr. Calvin was a very good man. A couple other things I want to touch briefly on. I sent an email out to the Board of Commissioners today about the SAP award. This was a grant in which Christina Allen, Chris Dills, myself went after a state-funded grant for restriping, new signage, up-to-date signage, widening of several Madison County roads. This totaled $581,950. Gentlemen, there was a lot of legwork went behind this, and Christina headed every bit of it up and coordinated all this with the state. We actually received about $80,000 more than we anticipated. So if you get an opportunity, please tell Christina, good job, because she pulled this one off for us.
Good job.
Budget hearings, well, we're going to get there in a minute. One of the things I want to mention quickly, because we don't have, you will see in the new agendas, you're going to see a part on here, like where we have road updates, you're going to start seeing water updates, but because we don't have one, I'm going to go ahead and give mine now. Currently, well number 10 at James Holcomb is putting out about 225 gallons a minute. Well number 11 will come online this week. Number 9 is completely wired with the drives and motors, and filters are waiting to arrive. The wells on Highway 98, if the weather permits, we will be able to drill wells on Highway 98 this week at the Matco West location. And that's really all I have for the chairman's report, because we're going to go into the budget talks here in just a minute. Statements, remarks from citizens on agenda items.
Since you're talking about the budget, I'm Mark Steele, Carlton. I know you guys have heard me in the past talking about holding the line on spending and even reduce where you can. But the main thrust of my comment is to take into consideration all the retirees on fixed incomes. Please roll back the millage rate as you have in the past. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Old business, or anyone else, sorry. All right, old business, consider approving an intergovernmental agreement for the use and distribution of proceeds from the 2026 Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax for capital outlay projects. Excuse me, my arms are not long enough tonight, my eyes are blurry, so apologize.
So this is the intergovernmental agreement with all the cities. This lists the projects and distribution percentages, amounts, what each city plans to use those funds for. So this is an agreement, and Mike could probably obviously add some more clarification to this one, just that the county will collect the tax and redistribute it out for those qualifying projects. There's two other resolutions that go with this block that we'll also vote on tonight. All the cities have approved the SPLOST, and they have executed those resolutions. So right now, I'm just working on sending the signature page to those cities, having it signed, and then sending it to the next. I'm just waiting for 2 more signatures.
All right, gentlemen, do I have a motion?
Just have one question. I assume if we've not had any request to, I guess it'd be too premature for anybody to be requesting funds up front.
Yeah, we have not heard anything like that.
Since this is just about putting on the ballot,
Yes, sir.
I move this intergovernmental agreement be approved as presented.
Motion by Commissioner Chandler, second by Commissioner May. Any further discussion, gentlemen? Commissioner May?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Consider a resolution approving and authorizing execution. Yeah, I can't say that.
Authorizing the execution by the chairman of the Madison County Board of Commissioners intergovernmental agreement concerning a 1% special purpose local sales and use tax. This resolution, the board gives the chairman the authority to sign the intergovernmental agreement.
Have a motion, gentlemen.
Make a motion that this resolution be approved as presented. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Adams, second by Commissioner Chandler. Any discussion, gentlemen? Commissioner Kirk?
Yes.
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 Yeah. Thank you. Sandy, you want to read that next one?
Yes, sir. Item number 9 is consider a resolution requesting the election superintendent to call an election to approve the imposition of a special purpose local option sales tax and approving the form of ballot. So this resolution will be sent to the election superintendent. It's our call for election for her to place it on the ballot. The ballot word, verbiage and stuff is an exhibit to this resolution.
All right. Then I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that this resolution be approved as presented.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Adams, second by Commissioner Kirk. Any further discussion, gentlemen? Commissioner Dahl?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry, who seconded?
Commissioner Dahl? I'm sorry, Adams and Kirk.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay. While we're right here, before I go into the next one, I want to thank Mike Pruitt for putting those resolutions together.
Yeah.
A lot of times I don't give you, when I need to, give you props on it, but that's a lot of resolutions to put together. But thank you for doing it.
There's lots of back and forth on this one.
There's lots,
Will you get
lots
that?
of back and forth.
Yes, I will, thank you.
All right, new business. Consider a
camper permit extension for William Patrick in District 2. I kind of crisscrossed those words a little bit, sorry about that.
It's okay. Gentlemen, for the record, my blood pressure's so high, my eyes are blurry. Just to let you know, I can't see it. Nobody done anything, it's just us. All right, Mr. Pritchett.
For you, Mr. Patrick,
Okay,
would you like to approach the board?
you want to let us know what's going on, sir?
Sure, be happy to.
Thank you, sir.
So I bought a piece of land, Mr. Strickland. It's a wonderful piece of land, 8.5 acres. I love it. I bought it with money from my divorce, which happened shortly before that. It took most of my divorce money, so I'm building my house basically paycheck by paycheck. I just turned in all my information to Bubba, who is my builder. He's gonna give me a figure so that I can get a construction loan to finish the house. But in the meantime, I'm living in a camper on the lot with my 2 cats because I have no other place to go.
So you don't even have a construction loan yet?
No, I've been doing it paycheck by paycheck. I went back to work. I've been retired 15 years.
Gotcha.
But I went back to work at Walmart so I could have the extra money to keep doing things little by little. And I got special permission to extend my permit timelines each time I ran behind, because I knew I was going to run behind. Money doesn't come that quickly, and building a house is not that cheap.
You are correct, sir.
So I've been doing my best to try and get money saved up. I've dipped into my 401 a couple of times to get certain permits done. But my biggest thing is if I have to leave the lot, my rent goes from $400 up to whatever the current value is for a 1-bedroom house that allows cats, which is probably about $1,200.
All right, any other questions before you? Mr. Pritchett? All right, Mr. Pritchett?
Yes, so this, permit goes back to January of '24, when the residential permit was issued. The camper permit was, not issued until July of '24.
Okay.
So it's just now coming up on a year. As far as permits go, I mean, what's been inspected, he has slab plumbing and he has had a slab prep. So there is some vertical, walls going up at this point right now. He has yet to have a rough end. The only, thing I would say if the board sees fit to extend this for another 6 months is he has extended his building permit, requested an extension on that for another 90 days. I'm good with approving that. He'll pay that fee in the office. I would just like to see him get a passing rough end inspection in that 90 days.
Okay.
And then that would be the only condition I would.
So you would feel comfortable in a 6-month extension?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
that is met.
Yes, sir. If he gets that passing rough end, and like I said, in that 90 days, then that remaining 90 days on that 6 months, he would give him time to get his semi and his final.
Mr. Patrick, you retained the builder name, correct?
Yes, sir. Bubba
Stratton.
Stratton
is my builder, and he's the one that coordinates the other workers. And he's been really good. He helped me get the permit. I had trouble getting the permit originally because I'm not a builder, I'm a computer guy. So he was very beneficial in helping me get the permit to even get started.
So based on what I understand what you're saying, you're applying for a construction loan. At that point, Bubba's gonna go and we're gonna get this done.
Correct. I've also asked Bubba to give me a cost on just doing what needs to be done for the next permit. And if I can get that covered, then I can get that permit covered. And then we can still work on the construction loan. So I've got 2 options running at the same time. Construction loan hopefully will go through. I'm 70 years old, and although I have good credit, they don't normally give 70-year-olds with minimum income a whole lot of credit. But I am looking at other options like Bubba just doing the rough end so we can get that permit done.
I have to say, I mean, 12 months has elapsed already, and I'm really concerned that even at 90 days, by the way you plan to pay for, which your finances is none of my business, nor does it matter in this vote, right? Do you truly believe that you can get the CO in 90 days? You think?
No.
6 months.
6 months.
For 6 months for the CO, but the 90-day rough-in inspection, if you're paying for it by paycheck, is what I'm saying.
Right.
The only reason I'm asking is I'm wondering, would you be better off to maybe look at a modular home or something?
Correct me if I'm wrong, so you're going to get a construction loan right now?
I am working on the construction loan. I'm waiting for Bubba to give me the total so I can give it to the bank and go from there. But again, like I say, I'm 70 years old. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the construction loan, so I have a backup plan, which is let's do what's necessary for the next permit. And I think I can cover that. I'm pretty sure I can cover that, or I will find a way to cover that. And then we can get that permit done, and then hopefully by then the construction loan will be done as well.
Yes, Mr. Patrick, my concern, and if I'm speaking out of turn, please correct me, but you're not a construction person. Okay, I would strongly encourage you to seek means to financially bring this about, because just getting a rough-in inspection in 90 days, we'll be back here in 90 days having this discussion again. I'm prone to letting builders build things.
I will say, if he does follow through with letting, the Strattons build, it'll come up quick.
Yeah. But it's past that point. I keep hearing that I want to get the rough-in done, What I'd like to see you do is move in, Mr.
Me too. I'm just limited on funds. Like I say, the land itself took all my divorce money. And even though I've gone back to work and I'm making $60,000 a year with Social Security and my Walmart work, it's going to be tight to cover that and do everything else I need to do to get everything ready.
Well, wish you luck with it.
I appreciate that. I do.
Yeah, obviously the concern if you don't make progress is 6 months. The rough in 90 days, one thing, but there's still 6 months then it ends the camper permit. Assuming that we move in that direction according to Mr. Pritchard's recommendations, that's still fairly short window of time to get these to.
Yeah, that's still going to leave me without a place.
I think the bigger concern for the board is, just to be honest, again, is it hinges on a construction loan.
Yes, absolutely.
So if $3,000 or $5,000, $10,000 later and your construction loan falls through, your 6 months is up. Now you've got money tied up in a partial built house and you have to vacate the premises. Because this would only be for 6 months, because at that point you're going to be 18 months in.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to be clear.
No,
I don't want you to.
I do understand.
Okay.
And I'm working.
That's not for us to decide your finances. I just want you to be prepared as a friendly notion.
Yeah. No, I came into this with my eyes wide open, knowing that it was going to be hard to do.
Okay.
But I'm energized in the idea that I'm going to have a house on a nice lot with a nice view.
All right.
It backs up to the 300-acre cash cow farm.
Any other questions?
Cows.
Gentlemen, any other questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion, gentlemen.
I move that we grant permits according as Eddie has requested to us, expecting the rough end to be done in 90 days with a 6-month camper permit extension.
Overall time, 6 months. A motion by Commissioner Chandler, do I have a second? Second by
Hoping and expecting that this be done. And thank you for your.
Any other discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none, Commissioner Adams?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really hope it goes through for you, sir. I really do. Discuss the 2026 budget and 2025 millage rate, gentlemen.
So I've got, a list in front of you here. We did change to the public hearings. The finance department missed the deadline for advertisement, Friday, 6 days. So 2 of the public hearings for the millage rate moved to August the 18th and August the 22nd. State law requires one of those you hold 3 public hearings if you are expecting an increase, and one of those be at 6 p.m. So we are meeting that requirement. On the sheet, you also have 3 budget work sessions that we're holding. The first one, Monday, August the 11th at 6:30. Those are going to be all of the services that the county pays for, or I don't want to say contribute funding, but we pay for a service through DFAC, the health department, ESP, MOA, the library. We're going to have all those come before us that Monday. The following 2 will be a 9:30 work session in this room during the day with departmental staff. We plan for those to be wrapped up by lunch. I've done my best to kind of even those and move those departments around for which ones are lengthy and which ones are kind of shorter. The last public hearing that we'll have is also law required for the 2026 budget. It'll be a public hearing, and that's going to be scheduled for September the 8th at 5:30 before our meeting. That meeting, the board will discuss the budget and will approve it at the end of September. So we'll be voting and approving a millage rate prior to the budget. You also have the 5-year history attached to this. Me and Susan have looked at these, and we have ran 3 different scenarios and options. The one that you have here is holding the millage rate. It is not rolling back, and it is not increasing the millage rate. There is a percentage increase at the bottom. The 6.83% will be the increase in tax revenue for this. So that is the way, that's the verbiage of the ads that are ran in the paper. It's going to be this verbiage. We've ran 2 other scenarios for rollbacks. We're still working on those. Ms. Payne got some final numbers put into the budget today, so this week we'll want to sit down, we'll have staff come together and sit down and go through those and kind of comb through that budget. The budget's come in higher than what we expected, and that's due to SPLOST and us shifting some of that stuff around. And we've still got some revenue numbers to finalize. We think we're going to be able to get it pretty close to what this 5-year history is projecting. But I wasn't sure how much information I was going to have for y'all tonight, but I know all this is coming up, so I kind of wanted to start somewhere, and this is where we're at. So we've posted these agendas on the website today. The advertisements were all sent in for these today. So
These are different dates from what you can buy.
Yes, 2 of these dates have changed from the original email I sent y'all last week. So I can resend that to you. I'll find that email chain and resend it to you. We will be here every Monday in the month of August. At some time or another, we're here during the Mondays. And that was just...
We're going to share our money with you.
Yeah. So now, that was some internal staff misunderstanding on just deadlines to the paper. We thought deadline was today at noon, and we were told it was Friday at noon. And that's no fault of nobody, and so it was no issue that couldn't be handled and solved. This just kind of lets y'all know what was sent to the paper today, what it says, and this will be our worst case scenario. We're hoping we can finalize the budget more and get some better numbers before we bring it to you guys.
All right, we'll move into road updates. Commissioner Adams?
I don't have anything.
All right.
No issues.
Me either. Pointer Way, we have a cul-de-sac, and it's grassed in the interior. It's not just a 100% asphalt, and I'm not blaming any fault, but the buses that go through continue to eat up. They just can't make a turn. And it was probably an older, or is an older subdivision, so before we probably got a better handle on some of those kind of designs, and it just gets eat up. And when there is a rain, it's just the 2 or 3 neighbors are strictly downhill. It's just budding them out, and we got to fix that. I think staff did try to do some grassing and some strawing, but it's just not taking. And with the buses coming back now, it's just going to be a never-ending cycle that we're not going to fight. So we need to look at either tearing it out and asphalting it, or putting a concrete apron around the interior a little bit more. We need to go to the next step, because the grass didn't hold.
Yeah, pretty familiar with this one, so this, 3.5, 4 years ago when I come in, it actually had a concrete curb around that grassy area. It was almost a one-way cul-de-sac, and people was parking in the cul-de-sac, so a school bus couldn't make the turn. They got in there and they had to back all the way out the road, because people would not quit parking in the road. So, the school come in and says, well, you know, if you can cut that concrete curbing off, it'll at least let us squeeze by them, and we ain't gotta jump that curb. And so they did. Remember that? Yeah. And there's actually, I think there's 2 in this subdivision, almost identical. And the neighbors was cheering for that right after it, and then it rained. So, yeah, we may pour a tapered concrete lip or something over there, just probably asphalt, to be
I
honest.
mean, I think probably on that backside or the bottom end of it, it was just kind of like a half moon shaped kind of apron or something, enough just to get the buses around it, the grass on the rest of it probably.
We still don't know who cuts that grass in the center. I think it's
Somebody may put it, I reckon.
Yeah. All right, no worries on that one, buddy.
I do have one question. I got a text from Bo Jones. Apparently he has found some documents. He thinks that Blue Hills Lane is actually, at one time was a county road. You know, if we had made a determination on that.
He spoke with Lacey about it. He called me about it too. We can't find where it was ever Phillips Road prior to Bluestone Hills. And I know him and her was working back and forth on it, still to no resolve. The last indication I had from Lacey was she don't know what he's got showing Phillips Road prior to. Now, Phillips Road is across the street, which goes straight on over.
Yeah, that's what the signs do.
Yeah, so I don't know, that particular one is just, I don't know where we're gonna go with that.
Yeah, and obviously we'd like to have some resolution there, whatever's correct.
Lacey has the most updated information on it if you want to give her a call. I think she'll help you more than that.
Has Lacey reached out to you about Bluestones? Maybe we need to send it to you, because the right-of-ways, there's not right-of-ways, but when you get into older deeds from the 40s and 50s and 60s, they just use different terminology than what we use now.
Mhm.
And so maybe you can provide a better interpretation of what they meant by how the deed verbiage is.
Well, this was in the early 80s, I want to say. All those it was built in the early 80s. And now what's caused the new controversy is a new buyer has now built a fence at the edge of the road. So one of the other residents now can't cut the grass because there's no right of way on a private drive. So,
Okay, I'm just curious.
it's
I'll
something.
just Lacey to send it
Lacey,
tonight.
yeah.
And same thing with that other one, I can't talk to the name of it now. The lady came in and talked to you. The other one, same issue, she's trying to prove that it was at one time a county road.
Oh, Mimosa Drive,
No, it's up in that area though.
over Culver.
No, this is near the Banks County corner.
Oh, I don't know. There's so many people call that private drives.
Jones Drive?
Maybe Jones Drive?
I'll think of it.
That one, Mike, Mimosa Drive, me and Mike did look at that one about 2 years ago.
It's pretty clear.
Fire.
It's not Paradise Valley, it's right in that area.
Okay, yeah.
Paradise Valley is one of them. Gordon, Miss Gordon.
Oh, Serenity Lane.
There you go, that's it.
That's the one we all went out and met with the property
Right,
owner on the
right.
corner.
Right.
Yeah, seemed like he was gonna be good. And across, yeah,
Again, I don't-
where the sand pit is on the right.
Yeah.
I do have just one concern in general, and it's not on us, but I'm confident there's been times in the past where we have abandoned roads, but we didn't officially abandon them. And at some point in time, somebody will find that and say, that one of them I'm confident of is, where Fowler Freeman Road crosses 191, there's a bridge out sign there, and that bridge is out. So I wonder if we ever officially abandoned that. And if we hadn't, at some point in time,
That would've
somebody
been
would
way
build
back.
on it and said, well, this is still county, y'all come and fix it.
It's strange that us always had that bridge up sign there.
Are we talking?
It's been a while. I remember it being open, and my question is that, how good of a job have we done with officially abandoning some of these roads that we're no longer using, so.
Well, this will be prior to you, Mike, just so you know, this is in the eighties.
Not blaming the council.
Yeah, well, no, the reason I'm saying this is because we got another one that we've been back and forth on, guys, it's a nightmare. Landlocked parcel, had an easement to it, some sister sold the easement to a property owner, he thinks he owns it, he wants to put up a gate, somebody bought the landlocked parcel. It goes to civil court, the sister that sold it for $1 couldn't sell it. The courts ruled that ruling of him purchasing was null and void, so now the guy can have the house on his landlocked, he does have an easement, and now they're back in court again. This is a nightmare on roads. I don't know what they done for 50 years before it was something else. That one's been in Superior, I bet you I've been in Superior Court, Clerk of Court's office 40 times on that road itself. But Jones was just as bad.
My beloved now deceased mentors told me, somebody told him when he started practicing, never get involved in a family fight, church fight, or a boundary line dispute.
Boundary line.
That's all either one of us has done our whole lives.
Wow. All right, so road update for the 28th of July. Garrett paving contract should be completed by the end of July, first week of August. The LRA administrative funds, the LRA bridge project has been awarded and is expected to begin in August, hopefully by the end of this week.
Well, they actually delivered equipment there today.
Yes, and this is Rogers Mill Road for the people that don't read, and we've said it 1,000 times on Facebook. They are trying to get it open before school starts, if not soon thereafter, not 2027. I don't know where those numbers come from. Suncoast Restoration and Waterproofing will be repairing 3 bridges, 1 on Rogers Mill Road and 2 on Colbert-Danielsville Road. Again, hope to all be completed by August of 2025, the end of August 2025. The 2025 T-Splosh projects have been awarded to Asphalt Paving Systems and will begin during the month of August for micro-treatment, preservations, and striping. The Chairman's Office has submitted application, has been awarded for the 2026 LMAID grant funds in the amount of $1,037,295.10. Chairman's Office also applied, for the SAP plan and was awarded to $581,950. One last thing that I made a note of right here, and it's for the public more so than it is this board. It is heavy foliage season. We are having issues with our driveways, access to your homes, not being cleared for emergency vehicles. If you own a business and I can't turn around a fire truck on it or an ambulance, please clear your right-of-ways on your personal driveways. There is, I think I looked it up the other day, there's 17 limb trimming, tree trimming companies in Madison County. Facebook's slammed full of them. Please look them up. But if I can't get an ambulance to you, I don't want you to die because your driveway wasn't wide enough for us to get in and out of it. Same way with fire trucks. Fire trucks are $1 million a piece. They're not going to tear them all to pieces just because you won't clean your driveway up and your house burns down. I'm not saying we're not coming. I'm saying it's going to slow the process. So please be aware of that. Now, lastly, this is on a good note. Mr. Hensley Norton, most of us know him as Chief. Chief just completed his 40th year of service with Madison County, and Chief refused to come to the Board of Commissioners meeting to receive his plaque. For y'all that don't know Mr. Hensley Norton, he's in his mid-80s, I'm going to say early 60s if you ask him, 40 years with Madison County, and I'll be handing him this plaque tomorrow. But if any of you guys want to send an email to Alan or something with any kind words to the gentleman I call Chief, he is our lead bulldozer, motor grader, you name it, operator. Chief anticipates being here a while longer. But 40 years is pretty remarkable, so thank you, Brother Chief, if you're watching on TV. Now, with that being said, statements and remarks from citizens.
Ms. Heidi?
Just state your name and, address for the record. Either one. Oh, okay. Old Chief, they went and bought him a new Jeep too, lifted.
Now, you need a parachute, get out.
You got them automatic?
I ain't seen him on it, but,
I need to study his genetics. Yeah.
I tell you,
For sure.
Chief is a good, don't say much. You pull up on him on the job, he'll open that door on on the motor grader there. So how's it look? It looks good. Close that door. That's all he gonna say to you.
All you need to know.
Yep. But he's a remarkable fellow. One of the oldest, I mean, not oldest, but one of the longest employed tenures, yeah, that we have in the county. We've got a bunch in the 30s years. There's 3 of them that came in together, 30, 33, 34, 34 years of age, but he's marked 40.
Okay, perfect. Get that for you. I can just be anywhere, right? Yes, ma'am.
That one picking up?
Yeah. When you connect it from a laptop, you have to pick between one or the other, and I don't know which one is ever which.
Not successful. Nope.
This home button, and then K, this home button, yep. There you go.
Do I have to leave it on there so it stays, or
It
what?
should stay, it should have to close that.
Technology.
Well, you can try it again, I can just turn it off.
Oh, here?
Yeah. Let's try this one.
There's 3. There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
What about that, I'll be trying to shop hammer.
Yeah.
You be what?
I said, long about now, I'll be trying to shop hammer.
I don't have much patience neither, I always say, Christina, Lacey, one of y'all go fix it.
Sound like my dad-in-law. You know, that was Pete's favorite too, Pete Ryan, a hammer.
Yeah.
Pete didn't go.
Can't make it work, get a bigger
Get
hammer.
a bigger hammer.
No, he was pretty good, Pete Bond.
You know,
Right.
Pete Brown.
yeah,
I
no.
was gonna say Pete Bond.
I don't know.
With a paddle too. because
Well,
I
Pete
figured
Bond
that
didn't have to
out.
pick up too many hammers, though, I can attest to that too.
No, he probably had too much finesse for a hammer.
Somebody else he could direct you on how to use the hammer.
Good thing that there's something over there asking you to approve something behind it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's done picked up on that now.
This one, yeah, that's how it's normally supposed to look.
I never understood, Mr. Bonds, we had a party line here, how Mr. Bonds could paddle me and call when all 5 or 6 of my aunts know about it and be in the house so they could witness what Mama did when we got off the
Yeah.
Better go to the picture show.
He
It was.
You know, that sort of shocked me, because he told me he didn't never paddle too many people, so you must.
You didn't have to paddle too many, I spent a lot of time there.
We need to work on.
What is the purpose of your life, is to serve as an example to the others?
You were an example. You had a real influence on a lot of folks.
Bell by example.
When corporal punishment used to be allowed in front of the classroom,
It was.
you not only deterred the behavior of that individual, you deterred the behavior of everybody else.
Hey,
And Linda K. Holloman done it for the science class.
I tell you what we did one time. There was a teacher that was, when I was 8th grade over here in this building, up in the top of it. And,
Control.
that teacher just had no control over nothing.
Okay.
And a few of them started something. So she got ill and she just paddled everybody in the room. Well, she told us when she was gonna paddle us. So we went over there and then old brown back towel. We stuffed them in that paint. Everybody had them. I don't know, the girls did too. I reckon they put them in the underground. She paddled them. Well,
Trying to connect to my phone.
Mr. Perry found out about the whole thing. He helped we were supposed to have some kind of little treat thing where they was going to school with the ice cream and stuff.
Yeah.
We got canceled because we had to pay for the paper towel.
That sounds like him. Buck Perry.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's Mark's dad.
That's Mark.
Yeah.
All goes down to the one thing.
It was with him.
Because they run out of, we didn't have any paper towel. He told us that we need to go home and tell our parents what we did, to get them to send us some if we was gonna have any.
He was tough.
That was
I wasn't
pretty
sure,
old
I didn't know
school.
later in life. but he
They was
tough.
old school, yeah. Well, when I went to school, you know, of course, it was old school. Everything was old school.
Well, y'all all know Linda K. Holloman. She didn't teach science, but my science teacher wasn't about 5 foot tall, 100 pounds. So you got in trouble in her class, she'd go get Linda K. Holloman. Linda K. pick your feet up off the ground better than she did.
It was
She's still with us?
She was tough, so
Pretty big. Pretty big lady.
she grew up playing baseball. She had a baseball swing, I reckon, in softball one. All right, you wanna just try to tell us about it?
What was,
You can send me.
Sure.
You can email that to me and I can email it to them tomorrow so they can look through the pictures and stuff.
Sure.
Sorry about that.
All right. So, my name's Heidi Ayers, and I moved from Clearwater to the 8 homes that are on Draper Road. That,
C.O. Draper.
yeah, you're, and that nobody wants us to be out there. They don't want us there. I didn't know that. The realtor wasn't like, hey, come move out here. You're not wanted. That wasn't the big selling point or anything like that. But, you know, they don't tell that to outsiders. But, so, there was not drainage, on the sides of the road until Friday is when they started. Because I called Christina, right? And, let her know that I wanted to talk to you guys about it. And so, you know, I think she brought it up to the road people or to Terry, and, they started working on it Friday. It's still not done though, even as of today, and I put that in the presentation for you guys. It still needs a lot of work. They did do a good start on it. But, I work in insurance, and I deal with flood. I'm trained really, really well in the flood space, and so, I heard you talk about, you know, the grants and stuff, and that's awesome. That's really, really awesome that you guys did that. And I know that it's a lot of work for that stuff, I know. But the road, it does not have proper drainage. And so I just, being someone that is out there, not in a flood zone, and has flood insurance because of the risk, and watching weather patterns all across the country that are not normal. There was 3 weeks ago a hurricane weather pattern in Idaho. Okay? Explain that. I mean, I personally cannot explain that, but I know that it happened for 3 days. So, I worry about things like that probably more than the average person, and so I want to make sure, not just for myself, but for everybody around me, because I have to look at them and deal with them, that the road is okay, and also protect my investment, and so yeah, that's why I came to talk to you. That's it.
Well, I'll tell you, our guys will continue working on it. I think they got 2 days in now, Friday and Monday, so that's a pretty long road by the time it loops, and figure you gotta do both sides a lot of times. So I'm sure the guys will get to it. Give them a little bit to get it completed, and you can always give us a call, reconvene with us to see, you know, what may be lacking or what may be more needed, or just to say good job. You know, I anticipate that phone call more than any, because that's normally what we do get.
They've been clearing a lot of vegetation and stuff off the road. I know that we had talked about the ditches having so much vegetation and leaves and debris in them, so I know that they've been hauling a lot of that out today. But like Chairman Hicks just said, it does take them several days, and then they should come back and reduce some gravel and crown in the road also.
Yeah, while we're talking about this topic, we've spent this year, just so you know, and everybody else knows, we spent this year doing more right-of-way clearing than we really ever have. We cut a lot further back. A lot of times in the past, we were always so busy that we just tried to clear just a line of sight and keep traffic going. Well, this year, the guys at the road department done a really good job, and they took the right-of-ways back as far as they could get them, to where in the future years coming at us, if we will maintain accordingly, we won't have to do near as much. So we're still only about halfway through the county with getting it done, because we normally take 6 inches. Now we're taking 3 foot to make it way back. So you're gonna see a lot more on that road, so just bear with us. But I do promise you that we got one of the best road departments in the state, and they'll get it right, I promise. Give us a call. Did we get you got your name and address for the record? Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
You've come to a meeting before, and sat back there, I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I remember the Clearwater.
Yes. Have a good night.
Thank you. Statements and remarks from commissioners.
Just one question. Yes. Get an update from CPL. And can we pull out their contract with them and see if we're approaching some sort of non-performance on their part?
So we do have a deadline, talked to them 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago. They have proved everything with their attorney. They're just about ready to come back to us after the attorney proved it all. Their attorney proved it all. We did ask for them to look into 2 things for us, which I think that's done now, and one of it being the VRBOs, Airbnbs, and there was one other topic.
Industrial light and heavy.
Yeah, industrial light and heavy. Other than that, I think everything has been completed, except for those 2 items. I think I saw an email maybe sometime early last week that said they got those 2 done. They're going to send those over to their attorney. But from my understanding, it was going to be an August presentation. I just don't know if it's the first week in August or the last.
I don't.
Yeah, we'll have to check out to them, but that was what was told over a phone conversation. All right, any other statements, remarks from commissioners?
When do we anticipate the water line work begin?
Right now, they're in the process of locates with AT&T. You talking about Sanford Road? Yeah, the locates out there, they're having a hard time. Windstream's give them a little bit of a hold up, they give them the right
I
phone
think
numbers for them.
Two different people
Yeah.
for locate. There's two different gas lines that they've had to reach out to and figure out. Remember we talked about
Yeah.
over and under the elevation, and they are meeting this week, in the field with staff for fire hydrant placement. There was some issues with fire hydrant placement. There's also, on the field, they looked at some power lines and the guidelines for the power poles are in correlation to where the hydrants are gonna be, so there's a little bit of moving stuff there. But I think their holdup is one of the pipelines. I know the Windstream line is apparently the Windstream line that services Athens Clark County Internet, one of the main lines, one of their main fiber lines. So they want to be sure they really locate it correctly. But locates is where they're at right now.
Yeah, and Derek probably knows better than anybody, utility locates is not as accurate as they used to be.
And I think what's in the right of ways is more complicated than what we thought were in the right of ways.
Yes.
So it's just,
But the pre-construction meeting the other day went well.
Yes.
We were able to exchange a lot of phone numbers to help them expedite it. Materials was 2 weeks out, and that was only a week ago that we had a meeting, so.
So the reason I asked is, of course, the, Facebook comments and then people questioning, are they gonna take down my trees, are they gonna mess up my driveway, are they gonna cross my road, are they gonna?
well, there was conversations about that. That company did say, they did point out specifically 3 lots that they had concerns about with the right of way, so we pulled the right of way and deeds for that road. They are, I think we said there was 80-foot right of ways.
Yep.
So there's one piece of property that's got some large trees and a pretty fence very close to that. They're gonna try to accommodate and move the water line within that right of way, because they obviously don't wanna cut down a tree. There's also a concern with a culvert. We have a culvert that reaches out to a fence line. There's some concerns about going in the field and looking to see if a fence needs to be moved. So they're still doing field work to determine how to do that. We've talked about moving the water line from different sides of the road, and
The location of the culvert's also where hydrants.
yes.
Correct.
Down 15 foot below the road level.
Correct. So we're gonna end up probably in a situation where Mike's gonna have to address. And there's several residents in there that went way inside the right of way and built fences.
Yep.
Some of them is where we have that bad intersection. We've already been through Facebook on that. That guy was willing to cut his trees down at one point, so they may end up taking them down for him. I don't know if that's gonna be true. I did give them the option of crossing the road a couple of times to try to avoid some of this stuff, but I think if Mike has to step in, he's gonna give his legal opinion and say, well, it should have been in the right of way.
In that particular location, I've got to say, because other people involved in utility work on the other side of the road, there is a major AT&T line. So,
That's probably the one they're talking about, they're worried about.
I would almost guarantee that. I mean, anyway, that, just so I can tell.
So we are aware, and they're gonna do the best that we can to avoid minimal impact to the community as we can.
Yes, that's the way to put it.
If you have the right of way, then all I can do is come up and pull it up, and I'll be glad to.
Okay.
More fun than most fun I do.
Yeah, well, that crossing where that pipe is gonna be pretty tough, just because there's very little shoulder there.
No, there's, in that particular location, there's no shoulder on either side.
Right, there'd probably a bore, more than likely would just go under.
And then at the, well, both utility pipelines, I'm gonna make sure I'm around the day they do that, just so I can watch how they do it. just for my benefit. Not that I wanna be involved in it at all.
Yeah.
But, you know, I found in the past that when you deal with the planations and Morgan and Colonial, that you have a better chance of boring under a railroad track than you do crossing their stuff.
Don't say that, we gotta do a railroad before long. All right, gentlemen, any urgent matters? Executive session to discuss real estate acquisition, personal matters, potential litigations.
No, sir.
Derek Goff.
Move to adjourn.
Here you go, buddy. I know, I went to the doctor, made me sit there an hour, put them down before they let me leave, and give me another.
Yeah.
That's right, I was at the doctor on Monday, it was about 120 over there. 120 over there.
No.
80 over there. Yeah,
No, I don't think so. The deputy clerk, she's the one that took that, whatever, the reason I will ask her tomorrow. If you have it happen again, just call up here and talk to her.
Or just one
Tell you about how
they didn't use it. And finally, they said, well, if you'll do the title action, then we won't answer it. But we can't sign it over to you. We can tell it to you.
In 40 years from now, somebody will say, well, they've been doing it, they've had it for that long, I guess it's there.
All right, Derek?
That's okay.
How you doing, brother?
I came by there and saw the sign.
Well, I'm just moving too fast.